Welcome back, my little kitty cats, to another episode of the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 4. Today, we have a bit of a change of pace. I am not going to be actually filming an episode of the 100 Baby Challenge. We are going to be going through a build. I decided to do this for a few reasons. One, the episode that was originally supposed to be coming out today could not be edited in time. And unfortunately, I will have to postpone that one till Monday, but it will be out Monday, I promise. Another reason is, as you can tell, I'm wrapped up in my robe right now because I have a fever of 101 degrees, and I've had that all day long. It's been a very sick day for me, unfortunately. So I wanted to do something a little bit easier on both my senses, and I wanted to give you guys a little view into how I do my builds. Now, this particular build is incomplete because I decided I wanted to do a build for my 100 baby family that was going to use the newest expansion pack coming out in a few weeks, Eco Lifestyle. So the build itself is not complete. There are going to be a lot of cool things that come out with Eco Lifestyle, and I wanted to include those in this. So there's not a whole lot of furniture. Almost none of the walls are decorated. The floors will change. A lot of things will be added to this build. But I wanted you guys to get an idea of how I do my builds and what I think about when I make them. So pretty much I did a shell of a house. I didn't add a whole bunch of glitz and glam, obviously, but I wanted you guys to see that I can do a build in this one took me about an hour and a half just to do this style, which that's really bad because there's almost nothing in it. But I wanted everyone to just see how it goes for me. If you're new to my channel or if you're just creeping through, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like and share this with your friends if you guys want to see when we can finally move into this house, because I will obviously be upgrading and adding furniture and all that, and I probably will take some of the furniture from our old house. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the lot I currently have it, but I did make it so that it was a varying size, small enough to fit on one of the smaller lots, or it could fit on one of the bigger lots. Okay, so let's jump right on into this. Oh, and if you guys hear any like crackling like this, it's crackers to settle my stomach. I'm sorry that I'm going to be probably munching on them throughout this speed build, but I need something. I'm coughing, sneezing, and my stomach's been very upset. So I hope you guys are okay with my very sick demeanor today. I am so sorry for it, but I still wanted to get a episode out for you. Alright, so in inspiration of Eco Lifestyle, let's get on into this build. And right now I've chosen a lot that is in the Get Famous world, and it's just a simple lot. It's a 30 by 40 lot. And I'm not 100% sure why I decided to change the terrain, but hey, I decided to. I like it when it's a bit more green. Alright, now I have issues with adjusting the camera because I like things being like perfect, and it wouldn't line up perfectly for me. So I decided to go with a simple fence. I've never actually used this fence in any of my builds, and I didn't realize that there is not a gate to go with this fence. That literally drove me crazy. I tried out a bunch of different fences trying to find one that would kind of match, but it definitely didn't. It just didn't work. So I'm really hoping that the new gates and fences that come out with eco lifestyle, I keep wanting to call it eco living, so if I do that, I'm so sorry. But I'm hoping that we get some good gates and some fences with eco lifestyle, and if we do, I will be changing it to one of those. Alright, as you can tell, I'm still going through just trying my dangest to find it, and I finally decided on this gate because it had the same white color as the pillars at the end. Alright. Now, trying to decide where exactly I want my house to be built. And, oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Decided I'm going to build it over here in this corner, and I'm starting out with just a basic square because it tends to be a lot easier. And I had originally thought I may want a modern build for this, and then I realized that I was kind of making more contemporary build, like the old country style houses used to. And I decided no, I want to do modern because I think a modern build mixed with eco lifestyle would be gorgeous. I heard a puppy bark. Okay, so I decided to put a little deck right there, and I decided I wanted to have it an odd shape. So the way I do my builds is I always start out with something basic, and then I go through and build on attachments to it, because when I first start a build, if I try to just build out a shape that I want, it never works. I decided I wanted a living room that actually went down a bit of a level, and since I don't know any tricks to the trade of how to make that happen, I put in another box, deleted the floor, and then got rid of the walls because that's the best way I can do it. And I was like, I want to put the staircase here. And of course, once I placed the staircase, I realized it needed to be too wide because I'm a dippy. And I fixed that, obviously. But I was like, I want a wall right there because that's going to be our living room space right there. So I wanted a wall for the TV to be able to be on. And I thought, what can be behind the wall up against the stairs? A bathroom. That would be a perfect spot for a little bathroom for this. And I put wood flooring down in there. I will more than likely change it. I am using the illuminated stairs just to give this place a little bit more light. Right now, it has decent light, but that's because there's a hole in our roof. I do go through and put lights in later on, and right here, I'm trying to make it into a cornered stairs, but that's not possible in The Sims. EA, why is that not possible? We don't get spiral staircases, and we can't make corners. So, I didn't want to stop doing my build and go through and just download a custom content corner stair that does not work, because that's what I would have had to have done. So, I may do that later on, but right here, I just wasn't going to stop in the middle. Okay. So I've decided that the second floor isn't going to be as long as the bottom floor. But then I also realized, I can't delete this part of the floor without deleting that part. So I walled it off, and now I'm just putting a little fence down to make it so that it's a bit of trellis above it, because I wanted that to be an open area with plants above it. And I am going to put a roof over it so that it doesn't rain on everyone, because that's where our little dining table is going to be. So Here I'm just getting rid of the floor that decided to come back, and after putting down that little fence, which I don't even know what that fence is called, but alright. So I originally thought that it would be a 5-sided roof, but no, it's one of the 8-sided roofs, which drives me nuts. But here I am just trying to get that roof placed correctly and over where I want it, and it's going to be a glass roof. So now I'm going to start going through and placing plants in there. And I do use the same plant quite a bit in it, but that's because I wanted it to be like really rich in foliage and greens, and I wanted all that. And I had to downsize the plants because I didn't want it clipping through. So that's another reason why it's the same one over and over. And this was where I was like the most conscious of, could it clip through? There's a lot of gaps right there. I really need to fill those in, at least partially. So just go through and put a bunch of plants in there, making sure everything's not clipping through, and did realize I have to raise a couple things up because some things just didn't want to place. So it took me a little bit to do that, but hey, that's kind of what happens. I realized we needed some color, so I wanted to put a couple of flowers in, as well as some ground foliage in it, just to make it look a bit cooler. I like doing a lot of things with plants, which is another reason why my builds can take me forever. And I love color, at least colorful plants. So added a few of them in there. I still wanted it to look really green because it's supposed to be an eco lifestyle house. And this build did end up costing about, I think it said it was valued at $156,000. So it's kind of good that I built it now before the pack has come out because, well, it's going to be a little while before we can build up the money for this. And I wanted to save as much money as I could. And yeah, I'm probably going to bring some furniture over, but it is also likely I'll be buying new furniture and new crafting stuff because there's a lot that comes with this pack. But I wanted to keep this simple yet modern. And a lot of my builds aren't very simple, and I realize that it's harder for gameplay when it's that way. So I wanted to keep it to a minimum number of rooms as well as a minimum just everything. Okay, so our bottom floor, we have our bathroom and our living room. And right now I'm just going through and designating out where I want the toddler room to be, because I'm always going to have the toddler room down at the bottom floor. And I realized that's really small for a toddler room. Let's expand it out a little bit. Gives us enough room for a kitchen. It gives us enough room for a dining table. And I decided I was going to do a round dining table because even when I thought about like sizing up our love seat corners, I can't remember what they're actually called, but I knew those weren't going to fit in my little bay window that I've made. So I was like, okay, no. And I wanted a side door to go outside the house for the kids to be able to go into the actual backyard and go play on their games and all that. And so I decided having one right off the kitchen would be a really good idea. So I went and did that. Alright. In our upstairs, I knew we needed mom's room and at least 2 rooms big enough to fit 6 kids. So going through and just designating out where I want those to be. And I decided the kids can have one shared bathroom upstairs. Mom will have her own, but the kids get one shared bathroom. I decided the kids could also have a little balcony because, well, they are going to just have a shared bathroom, and I did realize that bathroom was very big, so I do cut that down after. Okay, so Mom's room is just plain square. Her bathroom is all kinds of funky shapes, though. So originally I was thinking maybe I could do 2 bathrooms, but I didn't want one to be bigger than the other, so they get one shared bathroom and a bigger deck. Because, yeah. Alright, back down to the first floor. Because I jump around so much in my bills, it is hilarious. I decided I wanted to have a basement going downstairs for a game room. And this is me just trying to figure out where I'm going to put the stairs to go down there. So, like, okay, here we go. Stairs are good right there. But you can't get into the actual bathroom right there. So, realized I needed to do a little extension right there. And I also extended the actual basement out a little. So, that ended up going pretty decent. Had a little accident with deleting stuff. But then I also realized that, okay, we had a really weird bottom floor right there. So, the terrain's not supposed to do that, but I tried to fix it with the terrain tool. It didn't want to, so I just went through, deleted the stairs, extended the hall down, and then put the stairs in. And that seems to fix the little issue right there. There is a weird little glitch at the back right there that has an extension, and then you can see some dirt when you go down the stairs. I will attempt to fix that with plants and just hide it. Okay, so I extended the toddler room a bit more so that it was still in line with the extension for the stairs. And I decided I wanted my basement to only be extended on one side. And of course, I realized that extending the way I was, it wasn't going to work. So, the joys of finicking with building in The Sims 4. Because, of course, nothing likes to work correctly. And, sorry, you just saw my recording thing. I did have to pause recording at one point. Alright, so I'm just figuring out the layout of how the kitchen's going to go, deciding what would be the most modern looking stuff right now. Now, since I don't have Eco Lifestyle right now, because it's not out, I just decided to go put a few bits and bobs in so I knew a basic layout of what the kitchen was going to look like. Because, you know, I'm a visual person. I need that. The toddlers are going to have a separated sleeping room from their playroom, and I decided I was going to do half walls from the kitchen to the playroom so that Mom could see her kids actually playing. And the kids have have 3 archways leading into their bedroom. So Mom can still see and she can have fun with her kiddos. It's all good. Kids will be able to escape because I did open up a little doorway. Otherwise, we never would have been able to see them. And I put glass. Yeah, I put glass right there. Not a good thing to have with toddlers. I put windows right there so Mom could see through the windows into the toddler room. I might change those windows out, or if, depending on the panelings that the Eco Lifestyle has, because I know they have a lot of cool paneling, I might change it to paneling instead of the windows. We will see. I did put a smaller wall around the living room because you don't want people tripping and falling over into it. So, yeah, I know Sims can't actually do that, but hey, that's my thoughts on it. Like I said, I decided on a round dining table, and I know they only seat 6. I was hoping maybe I could fit one of these chairs in, but it wasn't going to work. So we got 6 chairs over there, and I was like, how can I fit more? Because we get 8 people to a household. So went through a couple different tables, thought, maybe this one will work. And finally I decided, no, I can use the other counters. And I can use bar stools because that would be cute. And it took me a little bit to realize that I didn't have the counter up against the wall like I do everything else. So I do fix that though. Decided, okay, let's put the TV in. Let's get a basic layout of what the living room is going to look like. We have a little table in front of the TV and Xbox or GameCube or PlayStation, whatever game console you want to say it is on there. And I decided to go through lots of different couches because I realized I wanted like an L-shaped couch, and I know we don't have those in The Sims. So which couch could I potentially maneuver to make it look like it was one? And I've decided on this black one because it worked perfectly. But that wasn't L-shaped, so I had to add a third one, and that was the perfect L-shape. So hopefully the Sims can actually use it, otherwise I might have to change more. Okay, I also added a stereo down there because, you know, my Sims like to listen to the radio and dance a lot. Then I decided to go through and pop in like how the bathrooms were going to look. So just went through, put in the colors I wanted. I wanted lots of blacks and whites for this build, but I will definitely be putting like color on the walls and whatnot because that's where like the true essence of this build is going to come in. Just pops of color here and there. Okay, so going to the upstairs to work on the bathrooms up there and doing Mom's bathroom first. I decided let's go with the smaller closet because Mom can still do all her fun stuff in it. I knew I wanted a bathtub, but I wasn't quite sure where I wanted the bathtub. So decided to put it over here near the toilet, and I was going to use one of the dividers between the toilet and the bathtub just for the fun of it. And I didn't put a lot of windows all over the place in my house because I want to use the new windows that they have. Alright. I did realize I completely forgot a shower in Mom's bathroom. I will remedy that unless Mom is just going to be taking baths, which is always possible. But I will remedy that when we get Eco and we get it going. Okay, so I'm doing the kids' bathroom right now, got the shower in, the toilet in, and for the first time in one of my builds, we're gonna have sinks. So I decided not to use actual railings on the stairs. I just used the fence, black fence, and gave each of the kids' rooms their own set of doors to go out onto the patio. I do know I need to redo the patio up top because we have an open gap. So patio is going to get its own little extension. Sorry, trying to make sure I swallow that cracker because, yeah, decided to put some flooring down in the build because otherwise it would be too much of an empty shell. But, oof. And a few pops of color. The flooring will more than likely change with the new flooring that's going to be in the pack, but hey, I wanted to do a little bit here and there. So I'm going through and tiling the kitchen different from the rest of the build, and I was wondering why my black tiles were showing up like almost crystal white, and I was like, wait, what? It's just the light's reflecting off of them. Go figure. And because of the way I designed the build, I had to actually place each tiles individually, couldn't do it as one large room. Yay. And I thought about doing Mom's bathroom in black and white, and I was like, I don't like the black and white tiles. I really don't. So I just did white, and I decided to do the same, I decided to do a patterned one in the kids' bathroom and a different patterned one in the downstairs bathroom. And I realized I forgot a door to get into that one. Of course. But overall, I was starting to think, that looks good. Decided to put lighting down here just so I could see, but I wasn't really going to do much with the basement because it's just supposed to be the game room. All the kids' activities are going to be there and all of that. So now I decided, let's go through the outside of the house and do my color scheme for it because I have a lot of trouble just getting a basic color scheme done. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I just went with pure expressions at first and looked through it all and decided where I wanted to put a few different things. And I've never used this before, so I decided I'd try to use this half black, half white wall. And I only wanted to use it there because I thought that was a cool little accent. And I decided to do the black geometrics over here because, I didn't want my house to be just plain, but I also wanted it to look modern. So I went around and I decided where I was going to put all these different colors, or all these different blacks. Can't say colors because, no, it's not color, it's devoid of color. And I thought it was looking pretty good. The top, I didn't want to put a roof on it, so I decided to put just a grass drain on it. I was like, because I know that a lot of the homes in Eco are going to have grass roofs with the solar panels on it. So I decided I can replicate that basically right here. And then, of course, once I place the fence, all my grass disappeared. It all disappeared. But I was looking at it, I'm like, it's pretty nice, but it's still just a little plain. So I added a few more black spots right there and decided I wanted it to go up one more level because if it's going to be fenced right there, where are we going to put our solar panels? And I also decided on a few more little black panels there, but I was like, let's see, how can we make this look cool? So I decided to do a square there. And originally I was going to take out the walls, but then I decided, wait, no, keep those two walls, put the basic black pillar right there so that it holds up the roof, make that roof green, and that's where our solar panels can go on top of that one. I will be definitely utilizing the ladder to get up onto that, so that, because you have to be able to climb up there in order to put the solar panels up there, and if solar panels need to be repaired or anything, those need to go there. And the ladder also will go from the kids' balcony up. And I decided I wanted this to be like a little lounge area up here. So I put a couple lounge chairs, I put a couch, I put a table, a grill, and the table and grill are going to be underneath of that thing. So if I do decide to put in a sprinkler system, which more than likely I will, it can still be set off. And I decided I wanted a bonfire up there. It's weird. It's definitely weird, but I wanted a bonfire up there. And I put just a couple little bits and bobs to make it look interesting. Wind chimes, a bird feeder, and, I was thinking, what else can I put up here that the Sims might like? And I was like, ooh, I can put a hot tub up here. Because we're going to have a pool downstairs, obviously, but I wanted a hot tub. And then I remembered I have this wishing well. And I thought, you know what? It can fit right there perfectly. Almost perfectly, but it's pretty close to being perfect. Decided I wanted to do lights up around, and they don't 100% fit, but I can look past that. Maybe we'll get more lights in Eco, I don't know, but I wanted to make it look cool, pretty much. And I decided to do one of those glass waterfall windows back behind the lounge area right there, because why not? That would look cool. And I went through and decided to look at a couple of other things, see if there was anything else I could add, but I realized, no, there really isn't, because, well, I need Eco. But here I'm just going through and showing you what everything looks like without the grid and how it's all supposed to mesh pretty nicely. And then all the rooms, kids' rooms, bathroom, their deck, mom's room, mom's bathroom, stairs, living room, the downstairs bathroom, kitchen, toddler's rooms, and the game room downstairs. And that's pretty much it for this build right now. I did try to make the walls on the basement a little larger, but realized I couldn't do that without losing stairs, so oops. But this was the build I decided on in all entirety, and I hope you guys do end up liking it. I will make a second video like this once Eco Lifestyle comes out, with me adding all of the cool bits and bobs to it. But, I don't have it right now, so I couldn't do a full build. But just that took me an hour and a half, over an hour and a half to make. My builds take forever. Just wait till I start decorating. Like, actually decorating, not just putting furniture in, but full-on decorating. But I hope you guys liked this episode, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I am going to go recoup, and I'll bring you another episode of